A number of years ago, I took my mom to the first film she's seen in decades, and it was an IMAX film. She'd never even conceived of such a thing, and it was a wonderful experience. And we saw the space station where it was actually taken out in outer space. She was kind of blown out. Okay, then afterwards, we were driving home in a great mood, and she asked me, "Do you think the second coming of Christ, he'll be an astronaut?" And immediately alarm bells went up because she has very fundamentalist ideas of Christianity. It just kind of, anyway, it's like poison in my ear when she comes out with some of her views. So I said, "Wait, hold it, Mom. Do you really want to talk about this? We're on holiday and we're having a great time. And, we have very different opinions about, Christianity and all that." And that gave her a pause. And then she said, "No, I can be open-minded." And then I said, "You sure now? Because if I have a different opinion, I don't want you to get mad or something." He said, No, I'll listen. So what are you asking? You're asking if the second coming of Christ, he will be an astronaut. And I said, yes, he could be. As a matter of fact, he could be a plumber or a businessman or a housewife, because in the second coming of Christ, he's not going to do it like the last time, one person coming. No, he'll be billions of himself jumping into each person's hearts. And as much as that person can accept him, that will be your second coming. So that's just my opinion. And she gave it a long think, and then after a while she said, there's some method to your madness. And that's how it ended. And so one thing I was glad of is let's set it up so we don't get into an argument. Now, do you really want to hear my opinion? It may be different than what you want to hear. Is that okay? And then she was well prepared that, yes, it may come out to be a very unusual answer. And I had no qualms whether she agreed or not agreed. It's just my opinion since she asked. So try that out next time you come into controversial, subjects with people. Said, "What, do you really want to hear my opinion? What if you don't like it?" Make sure the ground is clear. And then you can talk just about anything and people will accept it.